Welcome to the best gambling show on the internet. This is the home of the money pick. This is Christmas Eve, and I have another present for you. Last week we hit on the teaser. We're going to hit on it again this week. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe, and have a great Christmas. The first game I'm looking at, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Detroit Lions. Tampa Bay is minus 9.5. I'm going to add that 7, and I'm going to bring that down to Tampa Bay minus 2.5. And this is a must-win for Tampa Bay. And I think we see a lively Detroit team. I don't think this is a cakewalk for the Buccaneers, but this is on the teaser because we're seeing the Buccaneers changing their system. They're going more heavy sets. They're using more tight ends. They're running the ball and getting a little bit more balance. And I think that second half against the Falcons will propel this Buccaneers team throughout the rest of the year and into the playoffs. Buccaneers winning. The Buccaneers are playing for too damn much. Could you imagine the Tampa Bay Buccaneers missing the playoffs? I think Tampa Bay finishes with 11 wins, and I find this game against Detroit more complicated than people think, but it's definitely not an upset for Detroit, and Tampa Bay is going to take care of business. So this Tampa minus 2.5 is absolutely outstanding. Next game, we got the Tennessee Titans at the Green Bay Packers. The Titans are plus 3.5. I'm going to make that plus 10.5 for the Tennessee Titans, and this is a game that is going to be decided in the fourth quarter. It is going to come down to the last possession, and like I've been saying all week, I would not be shocked if Tennessee won this game. I believe they will come in, they will take care of business. Plus, when we're talking about this plus 10.5, yes, this game's going to be high scoring. Yes, it will have elements of a shootout, but let's remember something. Tennessee's going to be running this ball, and Tennessee will be controlling the time of possession. The big matchup in this game is the Green Bay front seven versus D. Henry and this offensive line, and I think the Titans win that battle. I don't see any way this Green Bay front seven wins this battle. And Green Bay, that front seven really hasn't been tested. And every time they play a winning team, they seem to lose. Listen, they only have one win against a winning team this year. You got a physical Titans team against Green Bay. Green Bay pretends like they're physical. Yes, they're physical against teams like Carolina and Detroit, but this is a different type of test coming into Lambeau Field. And I don't care about Lambeau. People are telling me, oh, it's Lambeau Field. Oh, there's no fans. And if you look at the styles of both of these teams, the Titans are actually more built for the weather and the field conditions of Lambeau Field. Derrick Henry gets over 100. There's no way the Titans lose by more than 10.5. Mark that down on the teaser. Next game, we got the Atlanta Falcons at the Kansas City Chiefs. Right now, Atlanta's plus 10.5. I'm going to make that Atlanta plus 17.5. And there is something a bit gentlemanly about this Kansas City Chiefs team. I know if you're betting on them to cover a spread, it gets rather annoying. But Andy Reid, he doesn't want to rub anyone's nose in it. He doesn't want to blow people out. He just wants to have the strongest team he can possibly have going into the playoffs. And when you have rings on your finger, you start thinking big. You start thinking ahead. You start thinking in terms of meta goals. So when we're looking at Kansas City, we have to say this Atlanta defense is playing better. And I'm not saying this Atlanta defense is going to get lots of stops or they're going to get 2 interceptions like the Dolphins did against Patty Mahomes. But I think this Falcons team will be ready to fight. And I have noticed something about the Falcons. Their defensive line has a lot of speed, and they really present a nice speed rush. The way to really attack this Atlanta front seven is to get in the I formation and pound the living hell out of them. Are the Chiefs going to do that? Is Le'Veon Bell going to get this ball 20-plus times? We've seen the Chiefs running it more in the last few weeks, but I think that means nothing. This is still a throwing team. This is still a finesse team. And come on, man, this Atlanta offense, they will be able to cook at times against this Kansas City defense. I have respect for this Kansas City defense, But look at that Saints game and see what that Saints offense did. The Saints offense didn't even look that crisp, and they were able to put up a good amount of points. I like this Atlanta plus 17.5. Next game, we got the Cleveland Browns at the New York Jets. The Browns are minus 9.5. I'm going to bring that down and make it Browns minus 2.5. Now, a lot of people think the Browns are going to win in a blowout and they're going to absolutely dab all over the Jets. I'm not viewing this game like that. I think it's a close game. I think Cleveland probably wins by 9 or 8. And that's why we're good on the teaser. I just wanted to knock it down a little bit so I have a little bit more comfort. This Jets defense is going to fight. They're going to come out. They're going to battle. And the Jets defense is actually decent against the run. So that's the main ingredient you need to slow down the Cleveland Browns. You don't need to worry about Baker. You don't need to worry about Jarvis. The first thing on your mind should be, how the hell are we going to stop Nick Chubb? How the hell are we going to keep this team from getting over 150 yards rushing on us? I think the Jets fight a little bit. I think they actually look good in the first half against this Cleveland Browns run game. Then Chubb takes over in the second half. Listen, this Browns minus 2.5 is a very, very good bet. I absolutely love it. People are going to be like, Lawson, why didn't you just knock this down to 6.5? No, we want the comfort. That's why we win on our teasers and the others lose. Next game, we got the Carolina Panthers at the Washington No-Names. Right now, we got Carolina plus 2.5. I'm bringing that up to Carolina plus 9.5. All Carolina does is cover. They will do just enough to cover this. Don't expect anything more. Don't expect anything less from this team. We're getting Dwayne Haskins as a starting quarterback for Washington. It seems like that has crystallized. And that means this is a game we have to take advantage of, and we have to understand this Washington offense is limited already. They only have one good receiver. Gibson, the running back's kind of decent. The offensive line's a little bit better than it was earlier in the year, especially in terms of run blocking. But the big reason for this renaissance we've seen with the Washington No-Names in the second half of this season is because of Alex Smith. Alex Smith will not be playing. That's why I see an absolute gigantic opportunity, an absolute catastrophic. This is huge for Carolina. And Carolina, listen, they've overachieved this year, but they're not happy with the progress. They've lost too many close games. I want to see what Carolina does in the fourth quarter of this game. Teddy versus Dwayne Haskins. Either way, this plus 9.5 will make you feel very, very comfy. I'm going to give one more teaser. It's not a part of the teaser list, but I know all you guys will be watching it. We got the Minnesota Vikings at the New Orleans Saints. Minnesota's plus 7. I'm going to turn that up to Minnesota plus 14. And these Minnesota New Orleans Saints games are always closer than people think. The Vikings were an 8-point underdog last year in the playoffs, and we saw what transpired there in the Superdome. I'm not saying we're going to see anything special out of Minnesota, but I believe we see a competitive, fluent game from them. And this Minnesota offense, they're pretty damn good. They had their issues, and you still have Kirk Cousins. But when you look at Dalvin Cook, Thielen, Jefferson, that's some serious firepower. And I think the Saints will be lacking firepower with Drew Brees. And that performance from Drew Brees did not put my mind at ease. It did not make me think that the Saints are on a run to a Super Bowl. I think the Saints are a little bit overrated. It's just like the other elite teams in the NFC. This NFC is more equal than people think. That's why I'm making the Minnesota plus 7. I'm making it plus 14. Let me go through my teaser list. I got a 5-game teaser. So we got Tampa Bay. We got Tampa Bay minus 2.5. We got the Titans plus 10.5 against the Packers. We got the Falcons plus 17.5 against the Kansas City Chiefs. We got the Cleveland Browns minus 2.5 against the New York Jets. And then we got the Carolina Panthers plus 9.5 against the Washington no-names. And the Minnesota one was just an extra thing for you to dive into on Christmas. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you keep sharing these videos. If you want to see every game I bet, go to my Patreon. It's $5 a month. Link in the description. Share the video. Subscribe. Merry Christmas. Thank you for making this channel grow. Seriously, I have to. I know a lot of you guys were thanking me for all the money picks these last 3 weeks. 1 week I was 4-0. 1 week I was 3-2. 1 week I was 3-1. Yes, I'm sure that helped you guys a lot. But you guys helping me grow this channel, sharing the video, sharing it with your friends and family has helped me immensely. And I just want to say thank you for that. And I have lots of, I'm thinking of a Portuguese word right now. I have lots of, what's the word? Gratitude. I have lots of gratitude for this. And you guys can't imagine how much that has humbled me. So I really appreciate it. Make sure you stay safe. Let's get this money.